Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm going to be changing my fog light bulbs on this Porsche Cayman. So this is a 2006 Porsche Cayman S, and I've had it now since January, so it's August, 7 months, give or take. So a company reached out to me, AutoOne LED, and they asked if I would be interested in testing out some of their LED bulbs. I said absolutely. And honestly, LED bulbs are something that I have done on every single car that I've ever owned, well, really since LEDs existed. Before that, we all had to buy HIDs. And HIDs required ballasts, and they had pointing issues and all kinds of other things that came into play, and it made it really hard to do. LEDs are much easier, they're much better, they're much closer to factory, they work a lot better, they're easier to install, so like they're just all-around enhancement. So that Mercedes had them from the factory, the Mini had them from the factory, but my Mercedes that's behind the camera here, my GLK 350 from 2015, I have a set of LEDs that I installed in that 2 years ago when I bought it. Worked perfect, no issues, just like the day I installed them. And I've done other cars as well. I did my orange Mini on the channel. I did my, I don't know, I've done 4 or 5 cars over the years on the channel that I've owned that didn't have them. And I think it's one of those things, it's a safety thing, and it's a huge difference when you're driving at night, and we're getting into shorter days and nights happening sooner, and you know, when you get out of work at 5 or 6 o'clock and it's already dark on your way home, having brighter lights is always beneficial. So this car from the factory has bi-xenons or HIDs, you consider them, in these projector housings here. But the factory fog lights are a standard halogen bulb. And you can see there's the standard one on that side, and I already installed the LED on this side. So nice comparison back and forth. When you buy LEDs, they come in a simple box like this. So the LEDs come in a simple box like this. Lid comes off, some foam inside. AutoOne gives you some basic instructions. They're super easy to do. I'm going to walk you through it. This is what the LED bulb actually looks like. Like I said, I already installed one. So the body is made of metal. It acts as a heat sink. There's a nice rubberized gasket on here. You can see the LED on both sides. And this is a H11 size, so there are a lot of different bulb sizes. You can just look up your bulb size online. You can go on their website and do it. There are other places online. You can go to O'Reilly's and look it up at their computer, but this car takes an H11 in the fog lights, so that is what I ordered. They come with a 24-month warranty. Certain cars, usually Chrysler, Ford, GM, they will require a little cable that goes in between the light and your plug. It's basically, LEDs are so much more efficient than halogen bulbs that some cars think the light is out because it's just not sucking up enough power. And therefore, some cars, they'll flicker. I've never run into that with any of the German cars. Anything that's BMW, Volkswagen, most of the German cars, you can code them and say, hey, I installed LED bulbs, and they're like, oh, okay, then I'll just sense for that in a different way. Something as old as this doesn't have the light out circuit, so it just doesn't notice that there's a bulb out or care that there's a bulb out or think that there's a bulb out. It just works. So it does say right in the instructions, if you see any errors on your dash, reach out to them and they'll get you the right error cancellation things, which is really just a big resistor that makes it use more power, so the car thinks that you still have an old school bulb in it, but it's still the same brightness. So I'll turn my regular lights on. You can kind of see why I'm doing this. My factory lights are like a 6,000 Kelvin. They take a second to warm up, but they'll match the new ones a lot better than they match the old ones. So it does make the car look and appear a lot newer, in my opinion. Also, you get better seeing distance and, you know, better visibility on the road, which is always useful. So I'm going to shut the lights off, and we'll change one of these here on camera, and then I will wait for it to get dark and we'll go for a drive. So I obviously cheated and did one off camera already. For this particular car, you just need some sort of trim removal tool and a Phillips screwdriver or an impact with a Phillips, or whatever you want to use. There are 3 Phillips screws that we're going to have to take out. So this plastic piece right here, from my finger to my finger and up to here, pops out. So the easiest way, it seems, is that you grab the top edge here, pull out on it. So pull it out like that. There are a couple snaps along the top. The other side came out a little bit easier than this one is. There we go, just like that. Unsnap the top. And then over here, there's just a little clip. You can stick a tool in and it'll pop right out like that. So super easy to do. Just like that. So you can see on the back, there's a clip here, one across the top, and then there's one that gets kind of compressed right here in the center. So easy to do, pops right out. Other cars are different. Obviously, the purpose isn't really to show you how to install them in a Cayman, it's to show you how they work. But you can Google, find your car instructions, find a YouTube video, just like this one that is specific to your car, and that will guide you. So in this car, there are 3 screws, one here, and one here. There's actually a 4th screw, but the 4th screw is the adjustment screw. So you just remove the 3 Phillips screws. So one on each side, one on the top. You always want to pay attention to where screws come out of so that you put them back in the right order. These 3 screws are all the same length, so it's not as important. But do that. So I've got those 3 out. Note that if you were just showing on video how your lights look, this might be hot. So you might want to, chill out a little bit and wait and let it cool down. I'm gonna suffer through. One of these little retainer clips just kind of popped off, so I'm just gonna squeeze it back together so it's nice and tight, and then we'll put it back where it goes. Just like that. All right, so the bulb is right here, the one that we're changing. This other one here is actually my daytime running lights. So we can, or I guess they're called parking lights. Parking lights. So squeeze this clip on the back, pull this out, just like that. It looks nice and clean. I would always check those out when you take them apart. You're not in here very often, so. And then this just twists like that and pops right out. If you're using a glass bulb like this, a halogen, don't touch the lens. It will get oil on it and they'll break. So just a good thing. In this case, I don't really care about the bulb anymore. It's going away. So we've got our new one right here. You will notice that this is shaped like a T on the back side. If you look at the little tabs, it's like a T. So it only goes in one way. So just match it up. The flat side is over here. And then there's actually an arrow on the light that shows to twist it this direction. So we'll twist it that direction. And then we will plug it in. Again, your lights, your experience, your car may vary. Everything is different. That Mercedes, you just reach behind it. My previous Mercedes had a little door in the fender. You know, every car is a little different. Just look it up for yours. So put this back. We'll grab the 3 screws. Now, you might ask about aiming. I would say it's always good to test the aim when you're done changing a bulb or doing anything like this. In this case, I'm not touching any of the aiming stuff, so it should stay aimed in the same way. But it's always a good time, like, you know, just check it. Why not? Can't hurt, right? Right? So there we are. So those 3 are nice and tight. Now, before let's see, is this still hot? I just don't want it to melt the foam inside the box. All right. And we'll go turn our light on and we'll see how it looks. So, I have to turn my key on. Hey, there we are. Nice. So that looks good. That looks good. So we'll snap this back into place. You just tuck this side here. I realized that I pulled that side off first, but you tuck that side first and then snap this one in and then just push along the top and right here around the ring and make sure that it just snaps all the way back into place. Not too hard to do. That one's in all the way as well. And we are good to go. So we'll take it for a drive later. And I can even shut the lights, the headlights off and leave just the fog lights on and show you what the difference is there. Because my car lets me do that. How cool is that? So, yeah, I like it. I am 12 minutes and 38 seconds into the video. That includes talking to you about LEDs, what I've done in the past, doing one on camera. Like, it's a super easy thing to do. This, like many of my videos, I'll have a link down below to what we're talking about here today. If you click the link, you'll get a discount and I will get a small kickback. It's one of the ways that you help to support the channel. And I obviously thank you for doing that. I'm gonna wait for it to get dark here. It's about 6:20. And so probably take another 2 hours or so and then we'll go for a ride, see how it works. Check it out, those are my fog lights. They look like low beams. That's nothing, it's just fog. That's low beam plus fog. What a huge difference. All right. Go for a little ride. So again, this is just low beam by itself, my normal, or sorry, this is low beam with fog. That's without the fog. So what we did today was we effectively added that much extra light to my standard low beams. When you turn on your high beams, your fogs go off. That's a normal thing. It's just how they function. But yeah, pretty big difference. So there are races tonight. And everybody, this is all like do not park private property everywhere. And they all do it anyway. But I think they're doing sprint cars tonight. So that's no fog. That's adding the fog, that extra peripheral vision. See all the bugs in my windshield. And then obviously when you switch to high beams, your fogs go out, which is normal. But we're not blinding other drivers. You can see that I maintained that eyebrow effect, our normal height. Still good. And they're nice and bright. The color is good, they're not blue. They are available in yellow if you did want yellow for fogs, you can buy those. But I wanted the lights to match my factory ones. So, nice little night drive. Take it easy tonight. I already saw one cop. All right, well, that's it. Not every install goes well, but this one did. And they were easy to install, they worked well. I had zero issues, no errors, didn't break anything. Took all of 30 minutes inclusive of making a video. So check them out, link below. And like I said, it's legitimately an update that I do on every single car I own. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.